some, rationale behind this, more power to him. Because, I feel like I'm lost. I like a person lost in a forest or something. Each and every time I encounter people like this on TikTok, it's like, what are these people thinking?
Do you know most things sounded like that, and now people are regurgitating it, and everybody understands it somehow, but most religions started just what he's doing, how he sounds. So we just made it make sense at some point.
No, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, how does a deck of cards relate to spirituality?
Well,
it doesn't, does it?
There's numbers and clubs. I don't know.
Like the eagle said, we all get dealt a different hand in life, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness.
Alex, you're the logical guy. Bring logic in.
Well, I keep using more aspirin each and every time I get on fractional price. I'm spending a lot of money on aspirin.
Who's asked what, Pin?
Aspirin. Because, I'm going to take 2 aspirin right now. Because I'm still trying to get my brain out of the twist that it's in. Trying to even understand, what you presented. It was like, what? My brain is like tapping me on the shoulder and saying, what did we just see? I said, I don't know. It's all Greek to me. I don't know what I saw.
So I visited Scientology once, and I'm telling you, it sounded just like that. I was like, what?
Yes, I know. That's why I mentioned Scientology. They come up with a lot of absurd ideas as well. You know that their founder believed that an alien actually contrived their whole entire doctrine?
Yeah.
I mean, an alien from space, that's way out there on the limb.
I believe it, because we're all aliens.
Yeah. They are what they are. They have many churches all over the place.
Good morning, guys.
Hi.
Hello, Lisa. How are you doing? Oh, was that a response? I didn't expect that one.
That was my fault. Sorry.
Nobody's talking about the code, and host, that's kind of like, in a way, it's disrespecting your Lord. I mean, people are going off to tangent, talking about things that, are not relative, into the subject matter at hand.
But my understanding is he's talking about zodiac, talking about numbers and all the connection and all the vibrations and how he find it in his own way and how he can make something work, on this game of life. Just put it like that. So he found his own way. So now he's trying to find the best way so he can actually help others. But he'll find it because not everybody will understand his way.
But then he can't help anybody with that because you know what? In order to help people, they have to understand where you're coming from. Nobody's going to understand where he's coming from.
He will. I mean, he'll find a way. The fact that he's received it and he's gotten it, he just have to sit with it and bring it all in. And eventually he'll have it connect. It's just connection. So he connected to himself already. And which is to be honest with you, that should be celebrated because he's here and he's well, he's happy, When we should celebrate each other, however you got there. The point is to not be suffering anymore, period. And to get into the place where you're able to articulate your wellness. And he's doing that for himself. So it doesn't necessarily, and I understand you as well, because it's just like, well, we're on this panel, right? We're together. I want to understand what you're saying. So he's working on that.
I understand.
What about the guy that invented the Fibonacci sequence and all that, and all that stuff? Palazzo, Italian guy.
Look, Hey guys, I'm gonna break it up for everybody so everybody can have so everybody can see it in a different perspective. So you can like break it in a different way. Okay. So what Mr. Capataz is trying to do in a way is like every day, right? You wake up, you got the keys for your car, you're gonna turn it on and you're gonna put it on drive and it's gonna drive, but it has all these mechanisms inside that you have no idea of what it does to make your car run. So you don't even question that. So basically, we don't know everything. So the way he explained it, like, it's not for everybody to know, but it's there for something. So in his own beautiful way, just like the car. The car has the motor that has thousands of pieces, but nobody cares about that. Nobody cares. But it runs, it takes you places, but all those functions of that car, like, we don't pay attention to it. But we know that the car runs, that's it. As long as it runs, it takes you places, that's it. But other than that, so Mr. Capataz will be all that mechanism that brings the car to run, that, you know, and in a way that, and then a lot of people will actually know what all those pieces are, because he actually has all the pieces in a way, but it's a different understanding for every piece that he's bringing out, because it's all in the numbers, it's all in the zodiacs, it's all in the letters, everything is there. He understands it in his own way. I understand a little bit, but not all the way how he understands his own way, you know, his own mind. And I like the way he brings it, because
you're telling me that you understand what he's trying to say.
He's talking about zodiacs, about numbers, about frequencies.
And he's talking about cars also. I mean,
same thing that he's talking about human
connection.
With
astrology. What do cars have to do with it?
Astrophysicist, kind of.
He's talking about everything. A combination of this realm, of the visions, of the dreams, everything. Everything's combined on the numbers. That's what he's talking about. So he has his unique, beautiful mind that is like, wow, look at his house. He done all that by himself. So that's a mind. That's an actual mind right there.
No, that's a Machiavellian mind.
That's
it's like a labyrinth, that you're trying to find your way out, but you can't. I mean, nobody wants a mind like that.
I have a question. Okay, so the mind, the mind, the only mind you can understand is the mind that's been told.
Especially me. Both of us.
Welcome in. I did not understand anything. Continue, guys, because I did not hear whoever was talking.
Einstein.
Right. So Alex, so basically, if something is outside your understanding, what about give it a little level of understanding that, okay, this is where he's at with it. This is his mind. This is his heart. This is him figuring this thing here out. And that we may not necessarily fully understand it just yet. I think sometimes giving someone some time, there are those, look how long some scientist has to take to even figure the cells out, whether it's 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years to figure it out. So sometimes we just have to really be patient with each other, because all the information that you can say that you understand, it had to be created. That information was not created, but have to be given. And
but science goes on observation and data. Okay. And what he's doing isn't based on observation or data.
The number sequences are.
It's based on observation and during years. That's observation, because he's watching all the patterns on the numbers, and nobody can do that. Basically, he can go to the casino, I bet, and just win easily if he knows the numbers and he can follow numbers. Yeah, he could win anything once you know the numbers and you follow the patterns on the numbers. Like basically, you could win the lottery, you could win anything in the life, but you have to be precise like him. Like it's crazy, but it's not crazy. It's the good beautiful, what we call a spiritual. It's a different awakening, you know, in a different way of we see things. He sees it as numbers, letters. You know, I see colors, so I see vibration. I see it differently, so I express it on art. So he expressed it on numbers. See, we all express art in different. Some people express it on music, some people on poems, some people dance. So he has a combination of the zodiacs, of the numbers, the combinations of everything. So it's amazing, and it's like it's something unique, basically. So that's the beauty of life, being the authentic self. Capataz is his authentic self right now, what he does. Because nobody does what he does. So,
There's a lot of people that does what he does, but you know what they call it? They call it therapy. You know, in psychology. You know, that's what they call it.
There was a TV show about it. CBC, George Stroumboulopoulos, Instant Knocking. Yeah.
they always put a label on the mind of a mind that see patterns and see numbers and can find solutions on things, you know. But he finds the solutions, you know.
May I have a moment?
Go ahead.
You're right. I look at all the algorithms for 20 years. I look at the words, where the letters are in every single word. I look at the letters in the words. I look at letters themselves. I see how they use some of the letters. In the deck of cards, I see the letter A. Everybody screams out ace. I don't see it. I only see the letter A. Then I look at a dice cube. Everybody's calling out number 1. Not me. I don't see number 1. Just see a single dot. You know what I'm saying? So what do you see? So when I spell out the word Aries or Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, Virgo, Leo, Gemini, or Taurus, you hear these names, but what do you know about them? You can look it up, what each sign means, right? But I can tell you a little bit deeper because it started with A, because the second letter is R, because it's 5 letters. Every single associated word with letters tells you a story within itself. What does this tell you? What is it going to tell you at the end? I'm going to tell you what it told me and why I'm so happy. Because I know in order for this to happen, there had to be a creator before we were even put onto this planet. Before birth or anything else that was ever to be. Even what you call an alphabet or the words you speak, okay, were created into existence. The same way you breathe every day and you wake up every day, you may not think you're that big, but together we are huge. We are Goliath. But only our association and understanding, and this is what I'm all about right now. I didn't know this when I began 20 years ago, but I know now that if we can prove that there is a creator, maybe we'll put down the evil. You know, we're going to melt the ice. Why will we melt the ice? Because when the truth comes out, and everything's hidden in the ice, right? This is an electronic universe we're in right now, the electric moon. And it says it as the 13th sign. You can look it up right now online. Everything I say can be painted, can be drawn. This whole entire place can be renumerated in order to understand. If you want to go back to the Tzolk'in calendar of 260 days, okay, when I was explaining to you that within the 360, we are moving within the area space encompassed. But we still move what they call 360 degrees. Why did they choose that number? Why did they choose 26 or 260? Is it because...
Mr. Tacpans, I want to ask you a serious question. You know, you don't have to be honest or anything. But when was the last time you saw your primary physician?
Please expand on the question.
When was the last time that you ever went, you know...
Oh, no, I hear what you're saying, but that's a...
actually went to the hospital and talked to him about your ideas. Explain to, you know...
Please expand on your...
you know, they would like to hear everything you have to say.
Nike can fix that with kinesis. That's how Einstein taught me better.
That's a one-dimensional question. As I asked, please expand. I cannot answer something that is flagrant. I will answer the question on the fullness of the question.
When did you visit your physician?
That is not a full question. That's a private question. Okay, that's a private question. In order to make a full question, you have to be more direct. What in there do you see that calls for your words you speak? Please, since you are like a physician,
things that you're not making sense.
let me know what it is so we can all see.
You're talking about, astrology signs and 360 degrees and all of this thing. What are you thinking?
360 degrees, yes, I understand. I guess others have seen it in school.
Everybody understands 360 degrees, but how is that relative to astrology?
String theory.
Well, I've been doing this for 20 years. If you like, you can
That's how the earth works.
you can look up on one of my channels and you can see everything that is associated with 36. When you're playing football, the hash marks are separated by 36 inches.
So basically, you calling him, you're saying that there's a, I don't think we should necessarily.
There's a serious problem here. That he needs to really look into.
I'm a nurse practitioner.
With someone who is a professional.
I'm a professional.
You need a professional, not the boy.
No, hey, don't interject like that. That's very rude. I'm trying to get something very important.
I don't think it's fair to necessarily come on here and basically attack a soul.
I'm not attacking. I'm trying to help. Seriously, I'm trying to help.
If you don't understand,
because he needs help.
There's enough of that in the world.
I can guarantee you he's smarter than any psychiatrist.
But don't do that. Especially with someone who needs help, like professional.
I don't think he needs help. I think he's smarter than anybody.
Bothering you? Who does he need help from or for?
My psychiatrist. I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm serious about that.
Who is he? Is he hurting people? Is he hurting children?
No, he might hurt himself.
He's just said that he will have more love.
If you really care about him, you will tell him to invest in a psychiatrist.
No, I would not.
A good psychiatrist. That will help him. That will be helpful.
I think he's fine.
Do you really think that someone who is talking about 360 degrees and astrology is okay?
Yeah,
Seriously, I don't think a person like that is okay.
I'm looking at the sky right now, and there's stars in it, and that's real.
Yes, but are you talking about stars in relation to your life?
Can I interject for a second?
If you really think that, then you need to have a room with him in the hospital as well.
Why? I just came in here. I don't know what's going on. But good evening, everybody.
This is too funny. Do you want me to tell you something that's very funny? Oh my God.
Tell me something that's funny.
Oh my God. Didn't anybody listen to what I said when I first came on?
I just got here.
Okay. I take what is relevant, like the alphabet A through Z, they exist, right? Mm-hmm. I take the numbers that exist, 1 through... Excuse me, Alexander, you had your chance to speak. If there's somebody who needs attention, please.
Thank you. Okay. Numbers, alphabet,
I'm creating a game. I'm looking to bring this onto whatever site, Roblox, right? And what this game is about is everything that is fair that existed on this planet that we can all humbly come together and say, yes, I know ABC 1, 2, 3, etc. I know the colors. So once you know all this, I created a game. And in this game, the colors bring on vibrations, right? Now there's different games that have different colors, association, Rubik's Cube. There's different games that associate numbers, Monopoly, hockey, baseball, etc. This is what I'm creating. It is a game. I use geometric shape, mathematical equations. I use the Aztec calendar of 260, where I took the 26 numbers and shoved it into the 360 in order to have continuous movement and balance of 10. That every time you come around 10, you start over the cycle. It's a sliding cycle that brings on the extra 5.25 days, which the equation of what is 13 is 07629. And we keep equating within the Aztec and the 260 Tzolk'in calendar that matches up to the 52 cards in the deck which is 3 decks. In blackjack we use, which is 156, which is what is 12 by 13, bringing in the male bat mitzvah and bar mitzvah. The 13 by 12 equals to 156, and these are solid mathematical and exact equations. Now, what am I bringing in? It's a game. And how do you win the game?
You got to know how to play the game with the numbers.
Right. You got to know how to play the game.
Oh my goodness.
And the universe is made up
actually
of numbers.
knowing what he's talking about?
Hold on, I said this earlier when we were live.
I mean, seriously, I mean, I'm wondering about everybody's mental well-being here.
Listen, Nikola Tesla said the universe is made up of numbers 3, 6, 9, and 12 because 1 plus 2 is 3. You break it down. It's called numerology, Alexander.
Oh my goodness! Wait, that's not what he's talking about. You shouldn't be comparing me to Nikola Tesla because at least Nikola Tesla.
Why is Frank Sinatra's gay Morrissey boyfriend not here now?
I thought what his name says. How do I say your name, Mr.
Tacpans?
Tacpans? Mr. Tacpans? Where did everybody go?
I don't know, that other lady, she's gone and he's hooked. There he is.
Yeah, I was, because I wanted to get something just for the, I have got everything I do, I got art for, so, and I know what the gentleman was doing, or woman, I don't know what it was, I can't tell by the voice because I don't like to make judgment, so it wouldn't be fair to me. So, Mr. ALX, and anyways, oh, wow, what happened to that picture I put up?
Where you are, Alexander?
Wow, they won't let me put up the picture.
Yeah, because I like people to make sense, and this not making one bit of sense.
Well, that's okay, Alexander. We are not making
my brain is becoming twisted into a pretzel, just trying to get an inch or an inkling of what is going on.
Hey, Alexander, I got a question for you. Can you provide me one thing that doesn't have numbers involved in it? I'll wait.
What does that have to do with the post?
I'm just saying, I'll wait.
There's another one that's going off the tangent.
I said I'll wait for you to provide me one thing that doesn't involve numbers. Go ahead.
But this doesn't have anything to do with the post. We're talking about transformation of belief and things. And people are talking about numbers and cards and 360 degrees. It has nothing to do with the post whatsoever. What is going on?
Everything that you look at is numbers.
No, it's not. I mean, the thing is, do you see pink elephants and things like this?
They said,
Mr. Decon Pass.
You have 60, 66,
I have to come back in a minute. I have to come back. I gotta come back. Wow, I can't get onto TikTok, eh?
All right, listen up. TikTok just gave us a cheat code.
You should be mad at yourself because what is going on?
You're in a system of programming. You're in a system of programming that involves nothing but numbers, and you're a complete failure.
Gamer life and how we play.
Hey, I got a question for you. Were you born on a certain date and an exact time? Oh, welcome to the numbers game, sir.
No, thank you, listen to you advancing.
I love it.
That'll be the memory of you.
Alexander.
Universe, was you saying that?
You have a birthday?
Oh my goodness! I'm not even going to answer that question because I know where it's going. I see that train coming.
Oh, that's your entry. That's your insertion entry into space, sir. Occupying time.
What in the world are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, welcome to Earth. It's your soul map.
Welcome to reality. You've been in simulation, and you're.
I'm in the twilight zone. This has nothing to do with reality right now.
Bro, I'm telling you,
I feel like I'm in
that's
the
right.
twilight
You were in the
zone.
twilight zone, and what's happening is reality slapping you in the face.
This has nothing to do with reality.
You want to bet? Sir, can you tell me your structure?
My structure? What are you talking about?
Your structure. The human constructure, sir. Tell me what it is. I'm waiting.
Human constructure? What are you talking
Mr.
about?
Tacpans wants back up, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I want you to do. I want you to tell me how the human is constructed, sir. You want me to tell you how it's constructed, sir?
Oh, please do.
Oh, well, it also fills space.
Well, let me take my aspirin first.
Hey, it also fills space
I'm
and
gonna
time.
need it right now.
It also fills space and time, which is 1, 0. Is 1 and 0 space time, sir?
Oh my goodness, what does that have to do with human construction?
Is 1, 0 space time? 0 space, 1 time?
Okay, what does that
In binary.
What does that have to do with human biological process?
Because what I'm telling you is you are structured with 200.
We all basically came from a base.
OM or ADAM and structured at the 30, 60, 90, sir. As you stand at 90 degrees and you're 6 foot tall, you can see 3 miles. Now, you have a 60, 60, 60 seeking equilibrium on top of the 30, 60, 90 that extends the 120, 120, 120 past the 60 to complete the 180, which gives you 120, 120, 120 times 3 for the 360 as you seeking the Christ King across the plains.
Oh, here we go.
Do you know the 3 planes?
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to see a psychiatrist in the morning.
It's the terrain, the hydroplane, and the aeroplane, sir. Welcome to reality. Let's talk about this.
I'm going to see my primary ASAP.
So who's got the problem here, sir? You need to go get checked out.
Yes, I should do. After listening to you,
you
I
don't
certainly
seem to know
do.
anything about reality.
Oh my goodness, reality has nothing to do with this. Let me take this out.
Is there a chance to get the big screen for this? Tesla 3, 6, and 9.
You should grab a handful of Tylenol. Tylenol works better.
Can anybody see this? So I'm just going to see if I can get it on my other screen. Just 1 second. Maybe I'll take this off. I'll flip it around and show you this. So this is Tesla 3, 6, and 9. This is different ways to encompass. I'm not really sure, MX, what you were saying about the 0, 1, because what happens with 0, right, is 0 is this side and this side. And you follow what I'm saying? It's 2 opposite sides. Which way do you want to connect? This design is what is the 3, 6, 9 design, right? 1, 4, 7 connect. 3, 6, 9 connect. 2, 5, 8 connect. 1, 4, 7 are all cardinal signs. 2, 5, 8 are all fixed signs. 3, 6, 9 are all mutable signs. Now when we bring them together, 1 second, we'll see which one I want to do. We'll do this one here. When you see these two here, they mirror each other. But this one is 3, 6, 9, 4, 7, 1. This is 3, 6, 9, 1, 4, 7 association. There is another alternative association in reality. There's more than one thing in reality. But here, the reason it goes the other way is this is, see 9, 6, 3, but this is 2, 5, and 8. See, the 2, 5, and 8 hasn't been touched. So this changes the angle from this side to this side. You have the open space here, the small space, and this shows you your angles. I don't know what they are. This would be better probably for RX if he's still around. Oh, yeah, there. Okay, so then we have the connection over here where we connect only 3, 6, and 9. And that's the main source connection. And then through this source connection, we go 1. I'm just trying to see. I can't see it. Anyways, I'm having a hard time reading between this. It's been a while before I pulled this out. But always remember the 1, 4 is usually supposed to be connected. Here it's not connected that way. I'm trying to see what I did. Okay, I connected the 13 up. That's why I connected 1 and 3, 9 and 4, 13, 8 and 5, 13. I didn't connect, oh yes, here's the 6 and 7, 13. So this design is based on everything that has to do with connecting 7 and 13 from the Aztec This is not for everybody. This is for perhaps an electrician. This is perhaps maybe somebody that has been studying sciences for like his last 30, 40, 50 years of their lives. Maybe it's something that's 500 years old and it's an equation that's yet to be found, but this is what it is.
And lapidarists use it too to cut gemstones, I believe.
Look, it's all a 60-60-60 triangle split down the middle to give you 30-60-90. As above, so below.
Yeah, and not by my choice.
The connection point is the 0 point. The connection or the intersection, right? You have space provided, which is the circles that you have there, and then you have lines, which gives you the time, a volume, which creates and builds the shape in the space provided. So space is 0, which is everything of the nothingness that you can build and provide within the space provided. We occupy space. We don't take rockets to space. We occupy space with occupation. Do you work here? Yeah, we work here.
Yes, we occupy space, absolutely. That's exactly the words that I got 20 years ago. Occupying space. It's an area space that's unoccupied, that's occupied, that you're unsure that it's occupied at all. But you have to know that if you're standing in that area space, it's occupied by the air you breathe. Occupy equals to what is 8. You can use the Y, but the Y is what is the flux capacitor. What is the flux capacitor? What you see as 3 always needs an exit. It's where three parts come into one, right? And then one exit, and then it comes back together with inside of you. That flux capacitor is where the 3 and the 4 come together, Earth and Mars. 1 moon of Earth and 2 moons of Mars, but guess what? That moon we see in the sky doesn't even belong to Earth. We just brought in recognition of the safety, right? Has anybody ever watched football before? The NFL just brought that back to safety, right? The safety is for the feminine. It represents 2 points. The 1 point extra point was for the rest on the 7th day. Now we just brought back the 5-day week with the 2 mother instead of the 6 days and the 1 day of rest. And there is no 7. The 7 is this. Here's your 7. It's everything connected to one pole. It's 1 and 6, 7, but there's only 6 sides, so how can it be? So the existence of that reality equatable in a 7-day week would be what is 6 times 1 and 1/6. Not my reality. Nothing is my reality. This is not by my choice. This is the way the alphabet is set up on the cube by 3 spaces. And look at this small, but remember, this is Rubik's Cube. Remember how big Rubik's Cube is. Nothing to do with me, but I just tell you what the card says, and it shows me there's 1 in each corner. And after I put this card down, if I picked up the 5 card, the only difference is it'll have a spot in the center. And if I picked up the 6 card, I'll still have the 4 corners. In fact, starting at 4, I have every single 4 corners all the way up to 10. And when you get to 10, if you're a trucker and you got a CB radio, you know what 10-4 is. You know, if you pick up these dice and you look at 4, oh my God, I can't believe 10 is on the other side, right? When you pick up this dice and you look at 4, I can't believe 10 is on the other side. And mathematically, 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 equals to 24, and 10 equals to 34. 3 and 4 is 7. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals 3 and 4 is 7. The matrix matrices inside these cubes created by the Sumerians thousands of years ago, associating the language that was going to be once we learned the knowledge on how to associate and come together and stop fighting. To know that there is a creator is the first step, but to know how this all matches up, and you can go back thousands of years, and there is no discussion in this. These are the words spoken within the game, within the algorithm served upon us Earth, Mars, Venus. Doesn't matter what it is or what word it is. We were served that word. It's in all the schools, all the universities, 3-letter companies. And in 2020, they achieved the 500 million mark. And then the guidestones came down. North America is all they were looking to take. That's it. That is the end. Because once you get the capstone, the north part, right, you match up with the other holder, right, which is the Federation. Do you know these fingers that touch through the Bering Sea? They only hold one piece of it, but now they want the rest. The North. The 500 million is because there's 500 million in North America achieved in 2020. I have a cassette on my channel that I put out from 2008 explaining exactly what's happening today, even in the cassette, okay, and it's stamped. Even inside this video that's stamped, it says 17 years from now in 2025, this is what the world will be like. And it's matching up exactly right on the timeline. When you ask about these cubes, what do they say to me? And why do they say this to me? These cubes, one side to the other, or what they call the Ouroboros, the head and the tail, is a movement of 5. There are only 6 sides. The extended sides are 7, 5, 6, and 7. 0, 1, 2. Why? The 7 is the pole. All the sides get 1, and everybody connects to the same pole, or crosses through the pole. On this cube, there's going to be one pole here, meaning I can go that way. And there's going to be one pole here, meaning I can go that way. But if I spun it, I'd be spinning it on the pole, north and south, and I'm spinning it this way. For this reality that I see, and you do the same thing with Rubik's Cube, is you have 3 opposite sides. You have 6 faces. On every single face, okay, there are 9 areas. Although you only see a certain number of dots, it's what you don't see is also the reality of the existence. Around here, when you count, will always be 14. No matter what I do, you will always see 14. This is the reality I live with. I'm so sorry for telling you my eyes see what you see. Do you see what I see? This is what it is. If you don't see what I see, I'm going to change how I see things and ask you what you see. Thank God we have Lucy in the sky. Because it's only from Lucy in the sky will we ever know the difference. One between 2 equals to 3. 3, the third letter, is the letter C. The 21st letter, the reverse of the cube, is also a C. The 12th letter, Pisces, is also a C, 1 and 2. So the 3 letters of this house is C, L, and U. It's 3, 3, and 3, and it's what is, okay? What is half the cube? Okay, what is half of 666? I'm just trying to see where I'm going with this. I started to mix up 2 stories with this. Sorry about that. I always do this, and it seems like I'm going nowhere at the end. Let's see if I can do it shorter than this. Something easier. Something easier. Something easier. This cube itself has 14. 6 and 1, 7, 4, and 3, 7. So the ring pole, the ring side has 2 poles equaling to 14. When you have 2 of them, you can get 14 and 14 equals to 28. We now get the 28-day cycle. On the pole side, look at that. 5 and 2, that's 7. So now we have to do this 4 times to get the 28 to complete that cycle. So we'll put the 5 up, then we'll put the 2 up, and then we'll put the 1 up, and then we'll put the 6 up. And that's 4 sevens, 4 different poles have been at the top. The cycle is over, but I have not put everything up and down yet. So by understanding what I did and what I didn't do, this is telling me a story within its own. I'm just right now jogging around. Just jogging around. I'm getting a little tired. It's like 12:01, 012. Yeah, anyways, just for me, I know wholeheartedly and undeniable that we live in a house, that a lot of names that we use through the Bible have been regurgitated as part of the building of the house, reinstating that the Trinity comes from Abraham, the Isaac and Abraham. Jacob is doing something else. Jacob is running the cycles. Ishmael is running the soul. It happens to be both the mothers, this house, representing both houses. The A letter is where the cross comes in. This is where number 19 comes in, and that's something to do with 6 by 19 and what encompasses the entire cross of the cube. Also something that is inside the Quran that is very highly touted. I don't know all the words when I'm in. If somebody gives me a direct question, I can tell them where their numbers come from. So basically, this is all I do, the letter association, and I just read back where things are found and what they, how can I say, how they reconnect. I'm not sure where to go exactly. Let me shorten this up a bit. There's different kinds of numbers, meaning there's the singularity of 1 through 9. Then there's the duality, in which begins at 10, but ends at 12, starts again at 13, ends at 16, begins again at 17, stops at 18, begins at 19, stops at 19, goes to 20, stops at 20, and then stops at 21 again, then it starts over. I'm going to explain to you every single step. Okay, and there's supposed to be more steps than this, but when you go over to 9, it's because it's a single digit. So if you want to keep in the singularity in 10, you'll just say J. But if not, you want 2 digits, okay, you're going to go to 10. And you go over to 12 because they doesn't include saying the word teen in it. So I know there's a separation. And now you go 13 to 16, and one of the reasons for this is the French. They separate numbers at 17. 18 and 19 have singularity. There's also 17 numbers between 4 and 21. And why did I start at 4? Because the word th, fourth, begins at 4, and at 20th, at the 20th, it ends at 20th, and at 21st is just like first. We start off with what is the first as in a word. I stop at 18 because that is what is the equator, or 180 degrees. I stop at 19 because it's one before what I reach 20, and it's the last one within the teens, and it's still at the equator. 18 and 19, they band together to create what is the house of 666. What is 19 and 18, what is 17 and 20, what is 16 and 21, what is 111 is the heart or the cubic area of this entanglement we are in. I'm just trying to see. Yes, and in that entanglement, I can show you basically what it looks like, how they entangle this a little bit. This runs the cycle of the zodiac of the 3 years. When you come to the 4th year, there's a question to this. Right, in the 4th year, here's the zodiac, right over here. Here's all your cardinal signs. Here's all your fixed signs. And here's all your mutable signs. Now the thing is, it can be anything you really want, but I'm going to tell you from where I got it. This comes from the game of roulette. In the game of roulette, there's 36 numbers. And this is what it looks like when you choose only the red numbers. I will not say odds, because in numerology there's a differentiation between odds and evens, right? Number 1 and number 10, 1 plus 0 equals to 1. Number 19 is here. How come this one is in the red line, but this one is not? Number 1 changes from red to dark to red to dark, positive, negative, and this is all in the field when it reaches Capricorn. When it reaches number 19, it reaches Libra. When it reaches number 28, it reaches to Virgo. How does the zodiac change like this? How does the zodiac keep moving over? Because there's the major of the zodiac, which stops here, the first 12 signs. But when it begins to move, the numbers change. And although Aries is the first sign, the next time you come back to Aries is going to be when you get back to 13, right? But when you get back to 13, you're actually over here. So that doesn't work out. So this is how I figured out that we have a backboard or a motherboard, and then we have the board that comes onto this board and shows you your rotation. And in here you can see the X and the Y and the X, perhaps the chromosomes, how they come together at this section over here. It just so happens Pappy Popey passed away, I think it was the 111th day of the year. 37, 37, 37, all air sign. Everything keeps talking about an air sign. And then this is where the cube fits. And then once you create it a little bit larger, and this is incomplete. I'm looking for others that understand the circuitry that's going on. This piece over here is a little bit different. This was created when I understood that they removed the Canadian penny from the market. Even though we can also look at this as the zodiac sign, what happened is when they removed the penny in the market, it told me I will pay 3 cents and 4 cents will become paying 5 cents. And what is 6 cents and what is 7 cents will be 5 cents. But when it comes to 8, 9, 1, 2, when it becomes 8, 9, 1, 2, I get 10, 10 over here, but it remains a single digit, so I must associate 2 over here. So here, where 10 comes in, where the sailboat comes in, where the dimension comes in, they tell you it's an association of 2. But when you're running with Leo and the 5-cent Leo, right, which is the beaver also in Canada, okay, which is the double nickel, it tells you you're going to pay with that 5 cents over here. But here it joins by association. Here it's in singularity. That's what happens when they took the penny off the market. Now, if you're going to run this by zodiac signs, right? If you're, I guess she knows. I guess she knows. The minute you start to pat her, she is cleaning up, eh?
All of her bids is here. I shared to him. I just noticed he got your.
May I ask you a question, Mr. Tacpan? Are like those geometrical diagrams you showed us, are you like an author of a book or something? Or
No, I'm looking to
all that information that's very expansive. I like numbers. They speak to me. So and I know that there's I don't know. So that was like, whoa. I was gonna go to bed and then I decided to just jump in here really quick and wow, this is just very expanding.
So yeah, you can. I'm only here for everybody, as everybody is. I mean, I have to be here. I feel I have to be here. I have to be wherever I can be, where I can expand my mind by listening to others speak, by getting the chance to speak and hear others speak. I can observe, see the differences, do some correlations, because I've noticed that this whole thing, this whole entire, I mean for me, It's a crazy. I mean, the creator, it's just so poetic. Nothing is hidden. Nothing had to be hidden. We regurgitate for those who need to remember, for those who understand the word. Like what happened last week, right? That was the payment of a debt. But they can't make the payment. Right? But nothing actually happened because it was the throat chakra. It means the word that was spoken, it was just a message. Okay? And what does it mean to have a debt? Taking something from you, giving something out. It was a transmitted message, that's all it was. Okay, for us, what we see, right, is the message. Our reaction is the message. That's all they want. The person played the role they had to play. They learned the message, they saw a reaction, they know what they have to do next. There's big maneuvers coming on. This dice cube I showed to you before, and I'm just going to stop, hold on a second, I don't want to talk about anything. So, is there anything else, Lisa? Because I'll say anything, because it's not me, it's nothing to do with me. 20 years ago I had a vision, I knew nothing, except for dots and dashes, and that the letter I is basically all you need to know. The letter M is the association of what is XXX. It's the dimension, okay? That is the association. When you run numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you come back to the beginning. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, you come back to the beginning. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. That's a special one. You know why? The last two were both special. Do you know why? Because I'm running my fire, 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 fire. Because I'm running my earth, 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 earth. Because I'm running my air, 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 air. Because I'm running my water, 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 water. When you count by fours, you go directly to the next sign of yourself. When you count by fives, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, that's 10. Every single one that I told you, you need 10 to get back to the beginning, but not 3, 6, or 9. It's 3, 6, 9, 12. You're at the beginning. And when you run the 12 zodiac signs, you re-begin 3 times. In order to associate the 4, you need to have what happens with the 3. The 3 and 4 are directly associated. It's a singularity area space between the 2. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 is going to equal to what is 12 and 7, 19. This is going to be the association between what is Capricorn, Sagittarius, and not from just directly where we are, but from beyond where we are.
May I ask, like, you were showing all these different things, these patterns. I don't know if that's on your wall or whatnot, and you're looking at numbers. What about Ophiuchus? Is there a category for Ophiuchus?
Give me just 1 second. Orphan roulette.
Are you guys familiar with astrology in here?
Orphan roulette. Orphan roulette. Orphan. Orphan roulette. Okay, would you like to see this? Okay, so I'm gonna have to. Okay, so your Orpheus is what is the association of what is here. Now I know the numbers are blanked out. I wish you can see. If you went to what is orphan, roulette, orphan, Morpheus, Orpheus, is that what you're talking about? The 13th sign, correct? Okay. Okay, so inside of here, when you add up the left side, it adds up to 75. You add up the right side, I'm going to have to get another picture in here. Just give me a second. Okay, maybe I have a picture, but it might be too big. Both times, eh? Oh my God, hold on. Okay, so can I speak? Number one, there's a difference in many things. First of all, I'm not there. I'm not always very good at explaining things. But there's what I call a shift or the wobble. And it means, I was explaining something about 36 before. So what it is this 36 element, okay, this 26 element moves inside, okay, the 36 element. It has 10 empty slots, right? I shift, if I want to go into the heart of the element, I'm going to look at what is number 6 and number 31. The reason for this, what I am putting at the center of this, is going to be 26 numbers, and that's why this is the slot. It's going to equate to what is 5, 8, 5. When you have something that is like 26, an even number, you can split it without interfering, without having to have a singular element join two elements. Unlike 13, this is what happened with 13. They broke up 26 into two 13s, and now you have interference between 6 and 6, or it's the opposite. And what brought 6 and 6 together was your birth. And your 13 is what is the one of joining 6 and joining 6 to make the 13. But when you create this also as well, one of the questions is why have they angled this? They've angled this because the number 13, if you look at your calculator and join 9 with 4, just let me take this off for a minute. Oh, now you're seeing nothing. When you look at the calculator or the number pad, you're going to see that 1 joins 6 by just going up one level, and 9 and 4 is 13 on the top level. So that creates the angle between what is 9 and 4, 7 and 6, and then straight up and above 8 and 5. Now what I like about this is the 7 minus the 6 equals 1a. Now 8 minus the 5 equals 3c. Now 9 minus the 4 equals 5e, and it says ACE. But 7 and 6 is 13, right? 8 and 5 is 13. And 9 and 4 is 13. So I'm going to go down into the lower area numbers, and I want to show you where I'm getting this information from. Maybe I'm the only one who has it. Maybe I'm the only one who has it. It's right here. So now I take the lower set of numbers, right? And it's 4 minus 3 is 1a, and 5 minus 2 is 3c, and 6 minus 1 is 5e, and it also says ACE, except this time it's 7. And just like in the Sumerian Celtic calendar, 7 and 13 now come magically delicious by its own reality set out before us. What does it mean? Should we take this outside the game? If you go from bottom left to top right, it's fire, fire. If you go from bottom left to top right through 2 and 6, it's earth, earth. If you raise a level to the second level, that's when the water it comes in, and you have Cancer over to Scorpio 4 and 8. The movement is of 4, but when you go in the other direction, and when you look at 2 over to 4, we go to what is 2 earth, 2, 4 water. We go what is 3, the air sign Gemini, or the 5 Leo, the fire sign, and then we get over to 7. So what is 4 from bottom right to top left is movements of 2, and the bottom left to top right are movements of 4. One movement is one half the other. What happens? What's going on? We have to match the houses. Did we shrink the house? Did we go from 100% of time down to 60? If I do that, I'll take away the 4. Because 1, 2, 3 equals to 6. Plus 4 equals to 10. There's a whole story going on just in these numbers. Once I learn the numbers, then I start to associate them with zodiac signs. Then I put the numbers to the words of the zodiac signs. And I went on beyond, beyond, beyond. Why is my hair so frizzy? How did I become the plasma that came funneling into this house? How did I enter into this house? Said the Dark One sent. Copper. Why do I say these words? Because I'm just telling you what it is. You work at a foundry, you work with copper. It's dark, it's a 1 cent. It came down the funnel. In French, funnel is 1 cent. In 1 cent. The one that was sent, the dark one, the bronze one, was sent, the plasma, to what is 59, 77, 59, 23, 14, 23, or what is 555, 5 by 5 by 5. The missing part at the end of the day is like that plasma that moves everything around. What is 111 in the cube? We now have the 555 coming down the pipes. Excuse me. I'll explain it. The letter association I use spells a word. It says the dark one. The penny in French says the dark one. A funnel, okay, in French says the dark one. But penny is cent, the dark one cent. Funnel is all in one. En teint noir means all in one dark cent. Or was it descent? Or was it to rise? I do not know. But whatever it is, that's what it is. Oh, my sound was down. Did I talk over somebody?
Interesting.
And the word bronze is 80, which is an expansion from what is 88, which is an expansion what is electric company. The reason for this is bronze is 80. Mathematically, since everything has been working perfect for me mathematically for the last 20 years, 8 times 8, 8 plus 8 equals to 16, and 64 equals to 80. Bronze is that 80. Connecting the last source of what is 1/11th is who we are as the one that was sent. The bronze. Perhaps we're going to have to look at the KV, King James Bible. It keeps coming up all the time. All the time. And then LeBron James last year or 2 years ago, 38, 38, 38, 38, 38, 38. It was everywhere. It's just everywhere. It's like we're in the dark age.
We were.
Oh, no. We are in the dark age. We are in the dark age. And according to the cube, right, the seventh day, because we lose the seventh day, we're actually in 1738.
I've heard this before.
6 days a week, we move 52 days a year for the last 2,025 years. Equals to about 285 days. 285 years. I spoke about numbers 7 and 8 before. I spoke about love. There was someone in here about her father and love. The thing about love is it's a perfect word. The letter L reflects, the letter O reflects what is the V reflects what is the E. The E, the energy of the mother, how through the breath. The communication of the father only associated through the soul or the animal within the house, always by the mother, never by the father. But only by the father, by the breath you take, you make choice, the conscience. This is where it all fills in. The father enters everyone through the mother, of course. I'm just trying to look back at my 88 is what equates to 64 and 16 to what is 11 times 8, or what is 1/8 of 88. That's the constellations. Who are we in the constellations? Is the pole running through us? There are 8 waning moons. I like to call them waning moons, right? There's 8 different ways the moon works. I mean, every single number, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter to me what it is, right? It's going to exist somewhere. It's going to tell a story, and whatever that story is, we're just going to discuss it. The word oxygen, check it out, 667755. I'm not going to talk about the duality in these numbers, although
Jolly Roger is 88.
Every time I think of Jolly Roger, I think of this jelly candy.
Jolly Rogue, that's what it was originally called, which was pretty red, or pretty red flag, I believe.
Yes, so rogue is actually another way of saying red. It's rouge in French.
Right. See, thank you for teaching me that, because I was learning that today, because I've been having a lot of dreams about the Templars, and I've undiscovered a lot of truths.
Well, you just taught me something right now.
It means, that was their original flag. Whenever they flew the Knight Templars actually flew their ships in the Navy, their naval ships, they ran under the Jolly Rogue. Please teach me to say that.
The Jolly Rogers.
Yeah, well, Jolly Rogers, but that's what they call it because they were French. So they all had to be of noble birth as well. And I've actually found out my first name matches up with all the letters forwards to Knight, K-N-I-G-H-T.
So when you I'm just trying to see, you just said something. Okay, so the hold on a second. I'm trying to figure. You just said something. I marked it down and I lost it.
The Jolly Roger, Knight.
Okay, the Templar. Let me explain this. What you just told me, just tell me about. Okay, regardless of where you went with this, the Templar is a relationship with the Templeton.
Okay. It's a relationship with Solomon's Temple.
Well, I'm telling you just the story in games because I don't know about the real world. I tried to take this game world and see what they're relating to. So I'm relating to Charlotte's Web with Templeton. I also connect to George Washington and anything that ends with T-O-N.
Correct.
The reason for this is I'm going to take out anything that's in between the T and the N and just talk about what does it mean T and what does it mean N in that abbreviation association. First of all, it's a bridge.
T and N can be Tennessee.
The T, okay, when NASA comes out and says T minus counting, when you take this cube in your hand, although there's 6 sides, there's 21 dots. But if you say T minus counting, you're going to start on this one here, because this one is the blast off. That's the 21st dot. This is the 21st. This is the 20th. Why? 6 here and 14 around. That's that story. So when you have 6 on the top,